As the world mourns Pope Francis, history's most secretive transfer of power begins. White smoke, the path to a new pope, guides you through this momentous transition. We explain exactly what happens next, leading to the dramatic conclave vote. Learn how each ritual unfolds, what each tradition means, and why these ancient ceremonies still matter today. Follow along as the throne of St. Peter stands empty and a new chapter in church history begins. White Smoke, available wherever you get your podcasts.
Do you know what a group of flamingos is called? That's just one of thousands of facts you'll discover on 5 daily trivia questions. Hi, I'm Mark Ellison. Join me every weekday for 5 mind-expanding questions about everything from ancient history to modern technology. Perfect for impressing friends or dominating your next pub quiz. 5 daily trivia questions. And the answer, a group of flamingos, is called a flamboyance. 5 daily trivia questions.
Caloroga Shark Media.
Hey there, Johnny Mac with 5 good news stories. This first story is so ridiculous. A Chinese zoo busted. You know those pandas they have? Yeah, they're not pandas. They're dogs with their fur colored to look like pandas. A video was posted to the Chinese version of TikTok. It went viral, and it showed 2 fluffy chow chow dogs with their fur colored to resemble pandas at the Shanwei Zoo. But hey, relax. The sign clearly identifies the animals as panda dogs. The sign reads, "We are called panda dogs, a pet dog that looks like a panda, tied and dressed up by chow chow. We are gentle, smart, friendly, cute, and adorable." A different zoo in China had a similar controversy earlier this year when their pandas turned out to be chow chows with their fur dyed. The zoo spokesperson explained that the zoo put the dogs on display because it doesn't have any pandas. Yeah, we know. Meanwhile, in Japan, a penguin named Pen-chan escaped from an event and was found 2 weeks later after traveling 18 miles. Penguins can move. Yeah, the penguin had escaped from an animal encounter event on a Japanese island. The penguin was allowed to swim, this makes more sense now, in a netted-off area on the island, but managed to find a hole in the net as it escapes. See, I was picturing this penguin walking 18 miles. I'm not that smart. This makes a lot more sense now. Organizers said that Pen-chan was bred in captivity, had never been in the ocean before. There had been multiple sightings before they finally found Pen-chan 18 miles from where she had escaped. Staff members rushed to the area. Pen-chan swam to them when they called her name. Everything is okay. Yeah, that's how this show works. I'm not going to suddenly bomb you with some horrible ending to any of these stories. Some high school students at the James Madison High School raised $5,000 in 48 hours for their custodian, Francis. The goal here was to raise enough money to get him a Jeep. The students found out Francis wanted to own a Jeep Wrangler. They created a GoFundMe and raised over $21,000. Francis, in a video, said, "I can't believe this." Freshman Bennett led the initiative with 6 friends, adding on the GoFund page that Francis had moved to the U.S. a few years ago. And ever since we met Francis, he's been super kind and friendly and sometimes even says prayers for us. Nice job by UPS driver Raheem. He was passing through his normal route in Georgia. He saw an elderly woman collapsed on her driveway. He called EMS. He stayed with the woman, and he has started referring to Marie as grandmother. Marie was checked in the hospital where emergency brain surgery had to be performed. She made it through. Raheem started a GoFundMe to raise money for the family. He kicked the fund drive off with $100 of his own money. Recently, Raheem received a letter from UPS's chief executive officer for his acts of heroism, and they hooked him up with tickets to the Florida State University football game. Well, good news, sort of, maybe bad news for one guy. A California man discovered he's been paying his neighbor's power bill for 18 years. Ken noticed that his specific gas and electric bill was going up, so he tried to reduce his energy usage. Told CBS Sacramento, "I thought there was a leak or someone was stealing my electricity or the meter was faulty because something wasn't right." The utility company sent somebody out to check out Ken's meter and discovered the company had been charging him for the apartment next door. It may have been happening for 18 years. In a statement, they said, "We acknowledge an error occurred in this instance, and we're fully committed to rectifying the situation." So that's good news for Ken, but the people next door, your bill's about to go up. But those are your 5 good news stories for today. If you enjoy the program, tell a friend about it. They might like it too. If you would like the program without commercial interruption, there's a link in the show notes that'll tell you how that works. I host another podcast. It is called Daily Comedy News, where I talk about stand-up comedy and the comedians every day. That one's a lot of fun. And please check out our sister show, 5 Minutes of Gratitude, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, for a little mindfulness to start your day. And I hope today is awesome for you. See you around.